Welcome, Libra. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm going to be looking through 4 major areas of your life for the energy for the month of February upcoming. And I have pulled the Emperor card, which is describing your overall energy regarding the things that you realize and accept are beyond your control, and thus the ways in which you can exert control over your life and your own destiny. So this is affecting all areas: your position in the community, your attitude and perspective, your home, your significant others, so that you are not putting energy or frustrating yourself in trying to stop or promote a change in someone or something else. And you're understanding that the change that needs to occur is within you. This is taking full responsibility for your reality, blaming no one, understanding that as you think, as you believe, so shall you experience your reality to be. And this is a powerful connection for you because it puts a sense of control and intention into everything that you do. This is a general reading, Libra. It isn't going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information about that is in the description box below. And in the area of your social position, your identity, the way others see you, the 10 of Swords, as foreboding as it looks, it actually indicates that you have swept your world clean of investment in things that, in other people's expectations of you, in the rules and regulations of the status quo, whatever your status quo is. Whatever your professional or personal or communal rules and regulations dictate, you're really understanding that many of these are based on past experiences, a different time, are no longer relevant to your needs and the needs of those you serve. This is important because there's a realization that no matter how well you provide or accomplish things based on others' expectations, they rarely reciprocate value for you. And this gives the sense that you are accountable to everyone else, but not necessarily receiving the reward or recognition for that. This is describing the divestment from those beliefs, but also the conditions of those beliefs that created those beliefs, so that you've released a lot of habits, behaviors, goals from the past that do not resonate with your own intention and desire, that do not match you, that do not benefit you. And you're really realigning this very superficial looking death, literally, is at the verge of the dawn of a new day. So this is associated, as the death card is, with rebirth. You've already lost everything. There's now space for something brand new to come in. In the first house, the High Priestess. This is describing your perspective on a consistent basis. You have learned a lot. You have reflected mightily on your past, on your potential, present, and future. And that wisdom that you've gained, that self-knowledge that you have accumulated, is what has given you the power and the sense of clarity in order to pierce through the illusion of the structures that you once supported, that were in fact supposed to support you back. And when that support wasn't happening, it took you a while to see that, to understand that, and thus to create for yourself a memory, a vision of something better. Better for you, because this change starts from within. So recognizing that what you were working towards, working for, making a lot of sacrifices for. This is consuming responsibility for others, for their success, I might add, without necessarily gaining that sense of reciprocity or success back. This is the wisdom that you hold as a result of that. You actually know more, you know better now, and you're really contemplating what that is starting to look like for you, and is very much affecting your ability to pull back from trying to control the conditions outside of yourself, and really looking at the attitudes, the behaviors, and actions that will more closely align with the changes you'd like to see in the world. In the fourth house, the house of your home, your family, your foundation, the Three of Swords is indicating a lot of soul searching that you have been doing. Our responsibility with a capital R is a lot of the motivation that is helping you to understand the difficult challenges you've undergone, and how they have, in fact, taught you about who you are and what you want, by, in many cases, showing us what we don't want. There is a willingness to give your power away with the, I won't say naive, but with the innocent expectation that by doing your best on behalf of others, that would be reciprocated. And instead, what you realized was you somehow were assigned a role to help, to fix, to support others without a reciprocal sense of attention, care, or support coming back towards you. And instead of being angry, certainly this has caused a lot of heartbreak, and I don't mean to minimize the emotions that accompany the grief, the remorse, the sense of shame for doing things over and over again and getting the same result. But I do think that you have come to a place of gratitude in recognizing that these challenges were important and necessary in order for you to see what else is available for you. In the seventh house of your significant others, we have the Three of Pentacles. And fortunately for you, you have a collaboration. The position you've gotten to may be part of the work of this collaboration by showing you a different way. The Emperor, even the High Priestess, speaks of hierarchy in a way that assumes there is someone who is capable of managing and understanding the needs of everyone who is subsumed in the structure below. Working as part of this particular team, community, sense of partners, this feels professional, this feels like effort, but it could be a project, a side hustle that has helped you to recognize the superior advantages of working collaboratively. This is where each member brings their strength, their expertise to the table, and works in such a way that everyone is accountable to the group. Everyone has a chance to lead through their expertise and their ideas informed by their training, and others have, and you also have an opportunity to learn from others who are sharing their expertise. This creates a way that everyone is accountable to participate in the work, assuming that their strength is the place that they're coming from, their expertise. This also allows you to collaborate spontaneously on how to make improvements, how to advance your project. And the underlying commitment is to building something excellent, something beautiful, something of value, something that others will value. This is absolutely a profitable idea, a profitable effort, but is one that is balanced with other values of resourcefulness, bringing a tool forward for others, making it available to more people, and improving upon a product that either already exists or that you are that someone else has created. In the Oracle deck, if this reading is resonating for you, please like this video. I appreciate your comments, and I'd love to hear where you're watching from. If you're new, and if you've been watching me for a while, when you found me, how you found me, all of this will help me understand better what you're interested in and who you are. And I pulled the card Abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in the physical reality. Abundance. And it's interesting because I do see the key to that abundance in this not only assumption on your part of your responsibility for what it is you create through your own willingness to change, but also through this very highly favorable collaboration that feels available to you. This is there are nothing but good intentions assumed here, distinct from the situation, perhaps the more conventional, your day job expectations that perhaps others are simply out to get what they need. And that is a real shift in terms of the way that you can approach the change within, the change that you'd like to see in the world within your own powers by working differently with others. In the first house, the High Priestess is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. And I'm going to stop with the Ten of Pentacles. One clarification is enough. The Ten of Pentacles indicates that what you are reclaiming as part of the potential vision that you see operating in the world outside of you is legacy. You are recognizing your incredible privilege and advantage in the world. You're recognizing that the things that have brought you to the position you're in, whether you're in a modest place, a place of comfort, or a place of still striving and struggling, is that you are blessed to have the struggles you do. You're blessed to have the problems you have. And in so doing, you recognize that you're in a position to give back to others, to share, to show others the way, or certainly this way. This feels as though it has been a struggle within your organization, your community, or your place of employment. This can also be a family challenge. Where perhaps there have been resources gained through the passing of an individual, and there may be some disagreement about the way those funds, that largesse, should be distributed. You see something closer to a resource for others, as in a traditional charity or a philanthropy, are just some of the kind of higher end examples. But this can be anything from setting up a after school program for kids, a college prep program, a community garden. You see a way that these resources can be shared with others as part of improving upon the world, creating a better, more comfortable resource that can be shared among community members, or certainly a relevant portion of that community. In the fourth house, the Three of Swords is clarified by the Emperor, which is a repeat. And this is really showing, in some ways, the way in which you have unlocked this vision within you, unlocked the sense of power and sovereignty over your own life by owning the considerable heartbreaks, challenges, failures, even disappointments that you have undergone. By taking full responsibility for those, you have understood that the power that you have is within you, the power to change the way you think, change the way that you want to see the world benefit, and of course, you benefiting. And I think in doing that, you have understood that you have power to challenge and direct resources that you have or that you're responsible for. You have a voice. You can chime in for a better alternative. In the 7th house, the 3 of Pentacles is clarified by the Tower card. It's so interesting. There's a real story emerging here as an example of what you might be experiencing. Of course, all of your situations are different. But in this case, I do see a better idea coming to you, a recognition that what you have been participating in, what you have been expected to perform, is no longer serving in the way it once did. There's a kind of structural collapse that you may be experiencing in some key services in your community, in your job, or the literal organization itself may be changing, closing, moving overseas. You get my drift. But in its place, there has been a collaboration, perhaps a department, a consulting gig, some way that you have been working with equals that is promoting the possibility of this new idea. And I think this new idea is in part the way that you have been working, a way to be more inclusive, to open up the achievements of an organization or a project, certainly, to more of the gifts and skills of those involved and engaged. And the value of this is that everybody isn't going to be CEO, everybody isn't going to be the boss, but everyone who plays a role in the organization, as an example, can have a share in its success if it is asked to contribute from its place of success. This is a whole topic in and of itself, but that you've understood the power in collaboration and not needing to be the leader or not needing to call yourself the leader. You can lead by engaging those you work with and for collaboratively. And that it brings a lot more buy-in into the possibilities that you see as most achievable, most likely, most productive. And in the 10th house, the 10 of Swords is clarified by the 7 of Wands. I feel an incredible amount of work that you've been doing here, Libra. You have been working so hard, not only to divest yourself from a system of beliefs that represent the efforts of a long ago or a former service or community that has changed so significantly that you are flexible enough to come up with ways that would be more inclusive of others, including yourself. And I get the feeling that you are less threatened by the changes than many others would be. However, in getting to this place of identifying what would work better for you, you've had to stop being available to all of the unreasonable demands that were a part of the way others saw you, the way others assumed your job was, the way others experienced your ability and flexibility in fixing things and balancing and harmonizing and finding the just way and mediating unequal situations. You've had to stop that. Not forever and eternally, obviously not, but you've had to limit it. You've had to set up clear boundaries. In other words, you're not allowing the problems of others to distract you from the work that you know that you can do. You found your strength. You found your source. Perhaps it is mediation itself that is the work that you want to do. And in order to do that, you have to limit your other responsibilities and obligations to those who assume that this is just something you do and you're good at. So it doesn't cost you anything. You're standing up for yourself more clearly, you're speaking out, and perhaps you are helping an organization to mediate a change that is quite possibly unfathomable for the leadership involved, but one in which you see a number of very accessible solutions and ways that there can be more buy-in in order to change an organization, as an example, in a direction that suits those who work within the organization and consequently benefits its audiences, its clients, its customers in a much more successful way. I'm going to finish this reading with the Crystal Oracle Libra, and I have pulled the Epidite. Interesting, and this card's keywords are go deeper. And this is really backing up the idea that you are more instrumental in a major organizational or structural change than you realize it. You have power to help others to craft the change that you know would be more beneficial. So thank you so much for this reading, Libra. Until next time, namaste.